is Alan Coates, the 81 New York. That is Roger Turbush. He is your defending champion. As the trucks get ready to rock and roll, race fans, we are ready to go. 25 laps, the Shirley Lindemann Memorial, Mr. Rooter New England Truck Series.
Truck number 3 still with a mechanical problem. And that means it looks like we are still going to remain under yellow. And that's going to tighten things back up. They just want to make sure everybody is there and ready to do battle appropriately to give everybody a fair shot at this. This is a big deal for these competitors, by the way, to come to the Stafford Motor Speedway, as it is for most divisions to be included at one of the most successful short tracks in the country, if not the most successful short track in the country. So we want to give everybody the same opportunity to be among the headliners here at the half mile. Lights are off from Wheelan Engineering, first name in light, sirens, and safety services used throughout the world. Watch for that pace car to dive to the inside. And then let the fun begin. 25 circuits strong. Here is the voice of the New England Truck Series, John Gunnar Gates.
Okay, here we go. Green flags out. We're off and underway. Trucks are going full speed into turn number 1.
There's no question about it. It is Danny Turbush setting a blistering pace already. But the move is on. Bert Ouellette, is making his presence known. Corey right there holding on to the runner-up spot, already side by side in a bid for second.
Dan Turbush, he goes up high, but so does Corey Coates. That's going to open the door for the 151 of Bert Ouellette. He goes to the second position.
Bert came to race, and he came to race hard. He lives close to the Stafford Motor Speedway. While Coates slips up the racetrack, the story now becomes Dan Knoll with that number 2 truck. Yet he works his way into 4th.
Dwayne Knoll been racing super stocks all season long at Monadnock, running 4th spot right now. Right behind him, it's Jared Giordano Jr., the Long Island speedster.
Meanwhile, a little further back in the field, some of the cream is starting to rise to the top. Alan Coates, that 99, is already up to the 6th spot. Jimmy Rennick up to 7th. Joshua Stringer in the 8th position. They start to settle in. 2 of 25 now complete.
Roger Turbush right behind Stringer in the 29. Then it's Dangerous Dave Koenig and Kyle Nozzle in the 15. Up front, your leader still is the veteran driver Dan Turbush. They call him Dynamite Dan.
And Dynamite Dan is doing that. He's exploding at the front of the field. Meanwhile, Bert Ouellette still runs in the 2nd spot, and he is shown as the fastest truck on the racetrack, 22.635. Very impressive time for him, so he might be saving just a bit. Now look a little bit further back, John, at the 6th spot, and we see the number 99 of Alan Coates, and he is really applying the pressure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Coates has that Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair Dodge Ram machine going right up to the rear bumper of the number 15 Giordano Jr. Good run going into turn number 3.
Good run there, and while that's happening, all of a sudden Bert just closes up the gap on our leader as he continues to apply the pressure. But Dan Turbush is doing a masterful job of still holding on in the competition here. Meanwhile, a little further back, at the bottom of the top 10, we've got some good racing action. Jimmy Rednick, Joshua Stringer, and Roger Turbush running in the 9th spot with David Koenig in position number 10.
Yeah, Koenig doing a good job in the 97, trying to keep a top 10 for that ride up front. It is still the 88 of Dan Turbush, but he's got the 151 Cindy Burdick Motorsports Ford trying to catch his rear bumper.
It certainly is, and again, that car, or that truck, turned in the fastest lap of the event, and it continues to run in a very strong, aggressive second place position here. Meanwhile, as they thunder off the turn, a little bit of a gap, but when you head on back to the 5th position, that's the hot spot on the racetrack. Alan Coates just dove to the inside, truck number 99, and he moves to the inside of the Giordano Jr. machine down the back straightaway. Coates is coming forward 8 laps of 25.
8 laps in, yes indeed, and Alan Coates is on the move. He's got the 99 cranked. He goes around the 15 of Giordano Jr., and he has moved up into the 5th position. 6th is Giordano. 7th is Jimmy Rennick Jr.
Rennick doing a pretty good job, too. He's holding his own, and rightfully so. Back up front, Bert Ouellette, all of a sudden he gets a second wind and a little more giddy up, as he closes up the gap on Turbish. Turbish doing a great job of setting the place, but you can see that Burt is coming. He is dialed in and he is focused. This is a long way from over with Yax.
He's got a veteran driver in front of him, however, in that Superior Auto Baldwin Motorsports number 88 with Dan Turbish. This guy has won features at Pocono, Flemington, and Riverhead.
Certainly has, and he's done it in fine fashion and style. They are still the leaders of the pack. Meanwhile, look a little bit further back, and Noel is still working his magic with Corey Coates in the same type of a battle that's going on for the lead, is now taking place for third and the fourth position. And guess what? Alan Coates is trying to close up the gap, and he's getting real racy as he currently sets back in position number 5.
Speaking of getting racy, Bert Ouellette's got the 151 truck right to the rear tailgate of the 88 down the backstretch. We could have a battle for the lead here with some lap traffic coming up.
Lap traffic, the number 03 is the Tony car as he's getting lapped as he pulls to the inside of the racetrack. Leader makes it by. Next lap automobile is Dale Owen, the number 19 truck.
Owen making his first start here here at the Stafford Speedway. He's only competed in enduro races out in Long Island.
So he's doing a pretty good job keeping out of harm's way. Here comes a bid for the lead. All of a sudden, Bert Ouellette closed up the gap, and Turbush almost seemed to back out of it for a second there, and that set off the old ripple effect because Bert was almost there to take over the number 1 spot. 13 of 25.
Yeah, Bert definitely had a good run coming out of turn number 4. Another good run here going into turn number 4 with the 88 and the 151 doing a good battle. Right behind them, though, the 90 and the 2 have started to challenge each other for third.
They certainly have, and that has been the way it's been for quite some time. Alan Coates is trying to pick and choose around the lapped automobile. We are at lap number 15 when they cross the stripe, and Bert Ouellette is a man with a mission here today. Turbush, he knows the success story of winning, but Bert Ouellette, who lives not far from the Speedway, down past Crystal Lake here, he would like bragging rights and to keep this victory right in his own house for Cindy Burdick.
Yeah, Bert's trying everything in the book to get around that number 88 truck. Don't forget, that truck was a champion of the series last year with son Roger behind the wheel. So the 151 and the 88 continue their battle for the lead.
They continue to slice and dice. Coming off turn number 4, that battle between Chris Coates and Dan Noel, that's also pretty much the same. No problems there. Is just as intense as the first and second place between Turbush and Ouellette is. The same can be said about the third and fourth place finish. And Alan Coates is still trying to close up the gap, but it's a lot harder than it looks. 8 laps now remaining for the shootout for the New England Truck Series here at Stafford.
Caleb Cashman has turned into the night in the Marlboro, New Hampshire number 18X truck. Now a little bit of distance between the 88 and the 151. It looks like Dan Turbish maybe trying to wear out Bert Ouellette.
The strongest point of the racetrack for Bert Ouellette is between turns 3 and 4. That is the Achilles heel for Turbush. But now Turbush has a better line in turn 1. And that seems to be working to his advantage. So it's kind of like bookends, John. At one end of the racetrack, Turbush is racy. At the other end, Ouellette is racy. And it's going to be a race to the wire. 7 circuits remaining till the finish in this one. And there's still some lap traffic up ahead.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The leader's still putting on a good show here. Who's going to win this thing? It's Ford versus Chevy. Ouellette in the 151 Ford. And the 88 is a Chevrolet product driven by Dan Turbush.
Sure is, and that's good racing wherever you look, whether you look to the front of the pack or drop your attention and your eyes to the rear of the field. Here comes Bert Ouellette again, trying to make a bid for the lead. He was almost there, but this isn't horseshoes. Close just isn't good enough. He tries it again, and every time that Bert Ouellette is close enough in striking distance, all of a sudden, Turbush just backs out of it a bit, and that tightens up the complexion of the event. Another lapped automobile, the 77, Shane Young.
Yeah, Young in that Seawell Seafood number 77 Dodge. He goes down another lap, but the 88 and the 151 continue their battle.
Oh, the leader's in trouble with the lap car. Here comes Bert Ouellette, high, wide, and handsome to the outside.
Side by side into turn 3.
She's always got a big smile and a big hug for everybody, and means the very, very best to all. And she really has a passion for this series, too. There's so many people. We talked about some of the officials, but Cindy's one of those special people.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Burt will let her driver on the outside. He's got himself a pretty big task trying to get around the veteran Dan Turbish as the pace car brings the field of Mr. Rooter New England Truck Series machines into turn number 4. We're going to go green flag racing this time by.
Here we go. Place your bets now in the high-stakes event of truck racing New England style here at Stafford.
Side by side down the front stretch. It is a drag race into turn number 1, and the winner so far is the 88, but here comes Roulette on the high side in the 151.
Roulette goes to the outside, steps on the gas, pulls away by inches. Turbush fights back. High, wide, and handsome. Roulette on the top side. They come off the turn. They cling and they clang. Back to the line they come, John, and Turbush is back in command.
Still door handle to door handle. The number 88 truck now gets the advantage once again going into turn number 1. Burt Roulette's not going to give up, though. Second spot, slip sliding into turn number 2.
It's not over with yet. Corey right there with him in the number 90 truck. Deep into turn number 3. Roulette changes his line. Dives to the bottom. Roulette on the inside. They bing and they bang off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. Roulette takes over position number 1.
Corey Coates will take over second spot in the spinning number 88 of Dan Turbish. He's back to third, but he holds onto the truck trying to get back second.
As they head down the back straightaway, it is Turbush who's fighting mad to work his magic on the inside. Corey Coates continues to ruffle his feathers in the upper groove. Knoll is sideways on the top side of the racetrack. 1 lap to go.
Wayne Knoll still sideways. He's got trucks passing left and right up front. It's all Burt Roulette as he goes down the backstretch one last time here at Stafford Motor Speedway.
Deep into turn number 3, Burt Roulette flexed his muscles at the right point of the event. Off turn number 4, Burt Roulette will take down the victory. Inches away from the checker, it is Burt Roulette to take down the win from Ellington, Connecticut, truck number 151. Finishing in second, early leader of the event, Danny Turbush.